Hi, everybody. Quint Lears at the International Builder Show, Caesars Palace at the 2019 Nationals. I'm here with the legend, Art Danielian with Danielian and Associates. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure, Clint.
And thank you for the impact that you've had on the industry. You won the largest award, the Legacy Award. It's the legend. Tell me about the history of Danielian and Associates.
Well, we started about 50 years ago. So this celebrated our 50th anniversary about 4 months ago. And we have been servicing not only Southern California, but all 44 states in the nation. And we've been working in about 14 countries. We maintain an office in Nashville as well as in Shanghai. So we've done a lot of projects in China since 1920. I'm sorry, since 1996 for 20 years, I should say. But we're a company that is very market-driven. We really appreciate the collaborative efforts of the landscape architect, the interior designer, the market research consultant, and all the other consultants that help create a project. But we insist that they get involved from day one. And our clients go along with it because we promise them that their projects will be very synergistic if they start with all the consultants from day one. It doesn't cost them a dime more to do that because they're going to hire them one at a time anyways, but have them involved from day one so their inputs could be built into the design process. And that has really yielded a lot of benefits for our clients. Their homes sell faster and they make more money and we're happier and they reciprocate by giving us more work.
Being in the business 50 years, you've made a huge impact. Tell me, is Danielian and Associates a family company? Is this something that you founded?
I founded it, but luckily enough, my son, John, who also went to USC at the same 32 years after I did, I just named him president, so he'll be carrying on for, I told him, next 50 years. But he said, but Dad, I've already been here 20 years, so I said, well, at least the next 30 years. But it is a family company, but we do have 4 shareholders, small shareholders, but they've been with us for 20, 30 years themselves.
Tell me about one of the first projects. Thinking back, what was one of the first projects that you did that you remember that was something special?
Well, a seniors project that we did way back there, and I think it was 1985. So it wasn't our first. It was a kind of an interesting project. It was on the hillside for seniors, and 4 of the builders tried to build the same site with the Irvine Company, and they all failed. But they asked us to come into the picture, and we interviewed the decision makers and the consulate at Newport Beach, where this project was, and to find out what was bothering them, why did the other guys break their picks. And we researched a little bit more and found out that they live on the hill above us, and they didn't want their view corridor to be interrupted with housing. And so I had a civil engineer friend of mine. We went out there and did a scale version of knowing where the view corridors were going to be to the ocean so that we would not interrupt them. And we designed a product with real low pitches so it didn't bother them. We got unanimous approval. The project was built, successfully implemented, and sold in no time.
It seems like you bring people together. You see the big picture. You're strategic. What makes you different, as a leader of an organization like Danielian and Associates?
Well, longevity has a lot to do with it. I've seen so many other people fail and also win, and for me to see the big picture is easier than it is for a youngster that's just starting out. So I feel compelled and feeling an obligation that if we don't train these people, where are they going to get their training, And so we go way out of our way to really mentor the people that we have working with us. One guy there taking pictures of me right now, that's one of those guys. But we work with them day in and day out, so they become stronger. And as they become stronger, we become stronger. And so they become great representatives for the firm.
You're giving back and getting people trained. Who's made an impact in your life?
Well, many, Frank Lloyd Wright, of course. But there's been other architects who are maybe 10 years older than I am who are gone now. Barry Burkus and Walt Richardson were 2 of them. I thought those guys were very exemplary and gave back to the industry. And I said, I want to be just like them, too. But the 3 of us made a lot of presentations at NAHB conventions like this one here for 19 straight years. And we got slides from architects from all over the country. asking for their very best projects and best selling. And we'd pick out the 44 good ones across the nation and show them to the audience of builders and architects and critiquing what we saw. And then thanking them for the designs that they have submitted, and the builder as well. And so it's a win-win situation. We're giving out some handy hints about how to further improve your designs and what keeps the nation energized with better and better products for people to live in. So,
tell me this, building a lot of people try to build an organization and they fail. Some people succeed. You've been able to build a legacy company. What does it mean to have your son take president and leave that legacy?
Well, I'm very proud of him, and I know he'll do a good job. We've outlived 6 recessions. The one that we just finished, of course, is the biggest and worst. But some way we follow the market. Not only are we diversified in the kind of things we design, we're also diversified in the geographical areas we work. And we watch the waves of recessions and inflation, and we know where to be at the right time. Like having an office in China during 2007 until about 2015, 14, about 40% of our business was from China. Well, we're in a recession, so we were able to keep our job flow flowing and keeping our good people together by virtue of just having the oversight of where the industry is and its ups and downs, which is normal. I mean, you have to really come to the realization that we're in a very cyclical business here.
Now, speaking of, your name is Art, and it made me think, sometimes, let's say you look at a piece of art, and a lot of people get a lot of different impressions of that piece of art, or like a building. But what do you want people to know about you? If you were to say, this is my legacy, what is that legacy that you want to leave?
I want to leave a legacy of not only being a good architect, but also leaving good projects that have been comprehensively designed by good builders. And understanding that no one person is really in charge or takes credit for the entire project. It's really a team effort. And those builders who understand that will end up with better products. So my first inclination when I look at a project is to see how all the other things as design components are blended into the architecture and the final product rather than just the architecture, showing the total picture rather than just our own work.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Knowing what you know now, what do you wish you knew 50 years ago?
Everything I know now. But no, I think everyone has to learn from themselves, but I learn from others, and I'm hoping that the things that we do, others are learning from us. And as a result of that, we'll energize the industry and keep it moving and onward and upward.
Well, you know what they say. Well, let me ask you this. Do you love what you do?
Absolutely.
Well,
and I'm still working 70 hours a week. I want you to know that.
Well, this is what I want to tell you. There's a lie out there, and the lie goes like this. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, but you work every day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like going to the candy factory every day.
Listen, well, we're proud of you. Your company's proud of you, the Sales and Marketing Council. What has it meant for you to be involved with the home building industry, with the Nationals?
Oh, I couldn't have existed without them. I've only missed 1 or 2 nationals. I'm heavily involved in sales and marketing from day one. I was a charter member. I've taught MERM classes for 12 years. And some of those people that were students now became professional builders. And they thank me today for the little information I gave them about architecture and planning years ago. And it's very, very gratifying.
You work with Dave Stone, Tom Ritchie?
No, but I know who they are. Yeah. And they're great educators themselves. But I don't consider myself a professional educator. I just love what I'm doing, and I want to share it.
I think that is what makes a professional educator, one with passion. Listen, congratulations on your national award. It's a big deal. We're here at the Nationals. Thanks for all you do. Any last shout-outs? Anything else you want to say?
I noticed my friend Kevin over there, we did a project for them 20 years ago in Phoenix and Scottsdale.
Now, this is what I want to say.
Hey, Art, how you doing?
Come on, I'm going to have my hand on the microphone to you.
All right, good to see you. Yeah, it's great.
Just talk, man.
Yeah, no, it was great. Quentin, back, 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
25 years ago, I rolled into Phoenix for one of my first jobs, and we had bought this great piece of dirt up in North Scottsdale, if you recall, across the street from the Boulders and adjacent to Terra Vita, called Winfield, right? And you helped us designed some great products, some really desert contemporary products.
You and
Some
Rick and Green, I know were in charge of that project and took a lot of. Rick went on to bigger and better things at Shea,
Right.
and I don't know if he's retired now or is
Yeah,
he still
he
going?
has. Yeah, he has. I'm still over at Shea, but what a great project
Yeah.
and what great product. What
Where are you at Shea? Which division do you work?
I oversee Arizona, Nevada for their active lifestyle group.
So the Trilogy Group.
The Trilogy Group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been dying to do a project for Trilogy.
Yeah. We should get back together.
But it's a really an honor to see you again because you're one of our first seniors projects that we worked on.
Yeah, it was a great project.
And it was really a fun experience working with you guys.
Yeah, it was.
We're all younger, of course, than
That's
too.
right. Had a little more hair.
Yeah, and it was all
That's
black.
great.
Remember?
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Quentin.
Now, Shea Holmes is taking all the gold awards, but you can't take my microphone. How?
That's right. All right.
He's doing good. Listen,
Art,
now
good
that
to
was
see you again.
it was a great thing. Thanks for
Congratulations
thanks.
on tonight.
We're proud of you. Thanks so much for being here at the Nationals.
Thank you, Quentin.
Visit thenationals.com.